In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NHL happening on March 29, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NHL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best bet single picks, best bet parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Florida Panthers versus Toronto Maple Leafs. 4 defeats in succession take the Florida Panthers to a road contest against the Toronto Maple Leafs, who have won just a half of their past 8 outings. If you're looking for a matchup where there is superstar talent all over the ice, this one's for you. These Atlantic Division rivals feature some of the best skaters in the NHL, and this is an important game. Firstly, the Panthers are still fighting for an Eastern Conference wild spot, and their recent loss to the Ottawa Senators should have them as hungry as ever. Meanwhile, the Leafs recently clinched their playoff berth. However, they want to ensure that they finish above the Tampa Bay Lightning in the division. Both previous meetings between Toronto and Florida this season finished with a triumph for the Maple Leafs, and a similar outcome is definitely more than plausible in their upcoming contest on Wednesday. The Panthers are riding their worst skid of the current campaign, having dropped 4 decisions in a row, with 3 of them coming by more than 1 snipe. Out of the previous 10 defeats of the Cats, 7 have posted a goal gap of at least 2 tallies, while 11 of the most recent 17 victories of the Maple Leafs have all been by more than 1 marker, as have 5 of their past 6 wins against Florida. So the Toronto Maple Leafs to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Starting with the Florida side of things, goaltending continues to be an issue. That recent upset loss to the Senators was due to them allowing 5 goals. That also marked 4 straight games of allowing at least 4 goals, which includes allowing 6 to the Leafs less than a week ago. Just prior to that, the Panthers allowed 6 goals to a rather poor Philadelphia Flyers squad. Toronto won that recent matchup 6-2, but Florida can make this one soar even more over the total. They still have Matthew Tkachuk striving for that coveted 100-point season. 8 of the last 9 head-to-head meetings between Toronto and Florida have all gone past the 6-goal barrier, averaging no less than a whopping 9.63 strikes per encounter. 8 of the previous 10 overall outings of the Maple Leafs have already delivered on the offensive side of play, posting an average of 8.13 tallies per clash. The Panthers, meanwhile, have cruised over the total in 8 of their most recent 9 fixtures overall. With them also fighting for their playoff lives, we expect both teams to find the back of the net early and often. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. New York Islanders versus Washington Capitals. The New York Islanders face the Washington Capitals, with both teams looking to improve in the playoff picture in the final few games of the season. The Islanders have a 38-28-9 record and hold the top wild card spot in the Eastern Conference, while the Capitals have a 34-32-8 record. But with only 3 wins in their last 10 games, they remain on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. Both teams look to improve in the Eastern Conference and make a push for the playoffs, and the upcoming game should be a great one as a result. This is a crucial matchup for both teams. The Caps and Isles are both fighting to make the postseason. Washington has defeated New York in each of the 2 meetings this season, which will make it very difficult for the Capitals to win 3 straight against a good Islanders team. Washington has been off since Saturday, which could cause them to be a bit rusty. Goaltending has been very good for the Islanders this season. New York ranks 4th in goals against per game. It will be difficult for the Caps to win 3 straight against the Islanders. New York will take care of business in this critical matchup, so the New York Islanders money line is our full game side pick. Both teams have been good at keeping the puck out of the net. The defense and goaltending have both been good for the Caps. They rank 14th in goals against per game and 11th in shots against per game. Goaltending has been very good for the Islanders this season. New York ranks 4th in goals against per game. Ilya Sorokin has a record of 27-19-7 with a 2.39 goals against average and .924 save percentage. Sorokin ranks 4th in goals against average, 3rd in save percentage, and tied for 1st in shutouts among all goalies in the league. The Capitals should limit the Islanders' offense, which averages only 2.99 goals per game, with Nick Jensen, Trevor Van Riemsdyk, and the rest of the defensive unit creating turnovers in the defensive zone and limiting shots on the net, allowing goaltender Darcy Kuemper to make plenty of big saves. The Islanders, who have only allowed 3 goals in the last 2 games, should eliminate and potentially shut out the Capitals, with Ryan Pulock, Alexander Romanov, Adam Pelech, and the rest of the defensive unit forcing turnovers in the neutral zone and defensive zone while goaltender Ilya Sorokin blanks the shots on the net. The Islanders have been carried by their defense, and I see both defensive units stepping up and controlling this game from the opening puck drop. This will be a lower scoring game. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Minnesota Wild versus Colorado Avalanche. Tonight we have a fantastic matchup between the top 2 teams in the Central Division, the Minnesota Wild and the Colorado Avalanche. They're separated by just a point at the top of the standings. This will be the 3rd and final game of the regular season between these teams after the Avs won the first 2 games on the road in Minnesota, winning 6-3 on October 17th and then 3-2 on February 15th. The Avalanche won the first 2 games between these teams this season on the road, winning 6-3 and 3-2. I expect them to complete the season sweep, giving the Avs a significant advantage offensively in this matchup. Colorado has scored the 14th most goals in the NHL, and their offense has surged recently. The Wild, although improving recently offensively, have really struggled to score this year, scoring the 10th fewest goals in the NHL. So the Minnesota Wild money line is our full game side pick. I expect this game to have a playoff-style intensity. Both of these teams have trended under this season significantly, with the under going 42-28-3 in Avs games and 39-30-5 in Wild games this year. These are 2 fantastic defensive teams. The Wild have allowed just the 3rd fewest goals in the NHL, having given up the 10th fewest expected goals and the 7th fewest high-danger shots. They're backstopped by a future Hall of Fame in goal in Marc-Andre Fleury. The Avalanche have allowed just the 6th fewest goals in the NHL, having given up the 13th fewest expected goals and the 14th fewest high-danger shots. Neither offense has been great. The Wild have scored just the 10th fewest goals in the league and have generated the 12th fewest expected goals and the 12th fewest high-danger shots in the NHL. The Avs are just marginally better, ranking 14th in scoring in the NHL, generating the 14th fewest expected goals and the 11th fewest high-danger shots in the league. The Avalanche, who allow only 2.71 goals per game, should limit the Wild offense with Cal Makar, Devin Toews, and the rest of the defensive unit creating turnovers in the defensive zone and limiting shots on the net, allowing goaltender Alexander Georgiev to make plenty of big saves. The Wild, who have only allowed 2 goals in the last 2 games, should eliminate and potentially shut out the Avalanche with Jared Spurgeon, Jacob Middleton, Matthew Dumba, and the rest of the defensive unit, forcing turnovers in the neutral zone and defensive zone while goaltender Philip Gustafsson blanks the shots on the net. Both teams have remarkable defenses, and the upcoming game should reflect that with both defensive units stepping up and controlling this game. I expect these teams to grind it out in a low-scoring and intense game. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.